welcome to the round table. I have to warn you guys, I'm going to do my best to talk loudly because today there's likely to be like 3 interruptions. We seem to have a helicopter going around over our house. I think it's agricultural, but you never know. I've got dogs out here behind me that are going to bark when my daughter comes back from the school bus. You know, the mail truck is supposed to come, so it could be noisy, but we're just gonna roll with it. So I brought out some new additions for the annual summer sale, and because this is like the last week before Labor Day, so I tried to put up a bunch of new posts of things that weren't up there. Let me start with some of the ones that are like the duos. Here is a duo, and I'm gonna have Robin zoom in. My older daughter is doing the camera work. I'm gonna have Robin zoom in. I think this is a really pretty one. This was called Lunar New Year because as part of I am one of the dye artists that's in a little local tour called the Farm Chicks. And what we do is we share an inspiration photo, and then we all do dye work on that inspiration photo for the week, and then we make and then we open up our studio. So Lunar New Year was from an inspiration photo back a couple of months, at least 3 or 4 months, and this is one of my remaining skeins from that. That was fun. It did not look like the inspiration photo, but it was definitely fun. I think in here, Robin, do you see, here's another duo, and this is another farm. So that duo over there and this duo are unlike some of my previous sale posts where, oh my goodness, you guys, look at this. Yes, I told you today. Hello, Black Cat. I hope you are good luck for me. That's fish. There are no cats around the yarn. Anyway, so this edition and the other, listing and the other listing are similar this week in that I put 2 skeins of the same dye pot. But in this particular case, as you see as you zoom in, they do have all the same colors. You know, they were in the dye pot together, but they're so random, they're not exactly the same. So knit them together or not, but it is 2 from the same dye pot. So, and this one was called Fiona the Feather-Hearted, and that was after our cat Fiona. Fiona the Feather-Hearted. Okay, were those the only 2 doubles? I think all the rest of these...
Yeah, those are the only doubles I see.
Okay. And all the rest of these are like little singles that I put up. This one is called The Muse and the Bard. And I really... So Robin, what do you think in terms of the color in real life and the color on camera? Do they look the same?
I think they look for the most part the same. I think in real life is always going to be a little bit brighter than on camera.
I think sometimes yellow doesn't... Like this is a
come through as warm.
Yes. So this is a very soft lemony yellow. It's very soft. It is not an imposing yellow. And sometimes the camera captures this as white or cream rather than yellow. And I'm like, that's why I thought I would mention that. Sometimes turquoise is a hard color to get too. So that's a really lovely one. Randomly variegated, few little speckles, pretty color. This one, okay, for contrast. This is a very fall one. Sunflower painting. I think this might have been in a previous sale duo, and now this is the only one left that I have of this. Lots of, the reason that it's called sunflower painting is this is definitely sunflower colors. Golds, a little bit of green from the leaves, but it's a leafy, bright leafy green. Not a dense green at all. Browns, golds, and browns, that kind of thing. Do you have anything you'd like to say on that one, Robin?
No, for the most part, it looks the same in real life.
Is there a bug bothering you?
I have like 4 mosquitoes all attacking me.
Oh no! Oh my God, you're so brave. Thank you for being a camera person. Okay, so then I hope that shaking isn't coming through. Okay, this one is called Stag in the Lilacs. It's because the stag is the tiny little bit of brown and brown speckles that you see in there. That's sort of like a red, very soft reddish brown, and then sort of a fawn color that's in here too. And then of course the theme of the lilacs. So that's a really pretty one too. It's got a little bit of periwinkle and a little bit of sage that's in there, sort of an aqua periwinkle color. Okay, and then next, oh my goodness, Arthur's Eyes. Are you watching where you're doing the camera work?
Yes, I'm trying to keep it balanced.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay, babe. A mosquito can drive you crazy. I'm just wondering where you're pointing. But I told you, I warned everybody today was going to be a weird day. It just had the weird day vibe. Okay, so this one is Arthur's Eyes. I guess I've been doing this for like 20 years, and I've probably been making this colorway for 20 years. It's a combination of some different blues, and they range all the way from very, very pale, like the twinkle in Arthur's eyes, to very, very deep blue, because we imagine, I guess, in King Arthur's story, maybe he has blue eyes, or at least once I had to imagine it. While reading King Arthur's stories. So who knows what he looked like, but you know, it was a good name for somebody like a twinkly blue eyes. And then let's see, the next one is called Poet and the Mermaid. This one is a very soft, and if there is a way to convey low contrast color work, this is low contrast color work. It does ebb and flow. It is randomly variegated in some sense. And for that, I would mean like you're going to say, do the colors repeat? Well, in some abstract sense they do, but I don't know if they would line up because it's very random. But it's very, very soft, low contrast color work in that one. This next one has been really popular. I may have to include this in like a regular lineup for those people who like green. This one is called Grounding Spirit, and it has got a basic light but bright green background. The green background is not solid. It's got some shading. I would call it tonally dyed yarn. But then on top of those tonal colors of green, I took a darker hue of the same color and put intense little speckles on it. So this is like a useful one to have in your stash, because you could, when you need something a little more active than a semi-solid, here you go. Okay, and I can't believe I'm using stash as a positive word, and so many people use it like a negative word, and it's positive to me. This one is called Spring in the Sunshine, and Robin, you helped me make this one.
I did.
Okay, can the camera just say hello to you? I just want them to say hello. Say hi, Robin! Meet the artist on this one. Yay!
Sorry if the camera's kind of been bad. I'm trying.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So, a little bit before the pandemic, but definitely during the pandemic, it was so fun to have my adult kids or nearly adult kids home with me, and we did art things together. So Robin actually, what we did was we took out this batch of yarn, and then we spread it out, and I was like, okay, Robin, I'm gonna pick a color, and then I'm gonna leave the dye room, and you pick a color, and then we all day long we did that and came up with this. So this was fun. And so it had a mother-daughter vibe to it. Yes, that's for sure. This one, I've shown this one before because it was when I was doing the ones for the Olympics. This was in one of my Olympic sail duos. I had a huge batch of this because I participated in a Casapinka thing, and this was this like hot seller in this Casapinka um, pattern, and so and it's called Flowers on the Farm. So it has the typical Casapinka vibe with the pink background, and then I just added little dabs of color for the flowers. So this is my last one of this, so that's why it's on sale. It's very fun. I mean, if you have something that's pink in mind, but you don't want it to be a solid, this is your gal or your guy. And then last but not least, I will. Oh, Tranquility. This also was from a Farm Chicks inspiration photo dye work. And I was trying to capture the moon. If you look on a map of our moon, there is like a depression in the moon that they have named the Sea of Tranquility, even though it's just a depression. There's not actually water in this sea. But anyway, that's what it's named after. It's named after this empty sea on the moon, the Sea of Tranquility, which I love that name. So this is my interpretation of that. So it's not white, but I got as absolutely light as I dared with the pale blue. It's good that we're having some natural sunlight so you can see what I mean on that, you know? So there's no actual white, but it does get very light. You know, I starved the yarn as much as I could of dye and said, I want just a little hint of color, but not strong. Show them our little pile. Yeah, so these are our new additions for today. And then I definitely have a lot up there. I have tried each week to renew the most popular posts of things that have gone on sale. So if you were on my sale page earlier and something said out of stock, it might not be out of stock now, because I put together another batch of something and renewed the listing. I also, before I go, should tell you I will be have an open studio. It's Saturday. The date is September 11th, which is an odd date to have an open studio, but we will be open on Saturday, September 11th. It's 11 to 5, which are slightly longer hours, I think, to spread people out. If the weather's nice, you may come to my farm and sit and knit for a little bit. What else should I tell them? I think that's it. Oh, and Berryville, the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival. I'm starting to get some emails asking me about that show. It's only a few weeks away, and so far I have signed up to be in person, and so far they have not canceled the in-person part. Of course, everything is subject to the governor in Virginia, but it looks like it's going to be in person. Not all the vendors will be there. I've just been told that I think this Friday they're going to do some postings to the website so that people can see what vendors are in person and what vendors are virtual, because it's a dual show. But I'll be there. I'm going to have a booth outside and wear my mask, and I'm going to come. So, you know, cross your fingers. Everybody here has been vaccinated, so wish us good health. Or join us, and we wish you good health and lots of yarn shopping. So those are my next two chances for in-person, on the 11th and then at the end of the month for Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival. If you have any questions, did anybody write in any questions?
I do not see any comments.
Okay. Sometimes you can see them, sometimes. But if you do write a comment, I will go onto my Facebook and later and try and answer. So please feel most welcome to ask me a question there or anywhere. Okay, thank you so much, and see you next week. Bye-bye.